Recently I purchased the AeroPress coffee maker to replace my French press, which I've been using for about 5 to 6 years now. One of the things I didn't really like about the French press was the grounds that were left in my mug. And I hand grind my beans, and I tried to make the grind bigger or like a French press size. But then I found that my coffee wasn't as rich and strong as I liked it. So I heard that these were supposed to make an amazing cup of coffee, so I thought I would try them and see how it goes. So when I purchased it, it comes with the main body of it right here, the plunger, which you put into that and it extrudes the coffee out of the bottom. This goes on the bottom. It's plastic. It's got a grates on it right here. And it comes with some paper filters, so you put those into that. You screw it onto the bottom. Here's the measuring cup, and then a stirring utensil as well. So let's make a cup of coffee. According to the instructions that come along with the AeroPress, you're supposed to use water at 175 degrees. And I don't have a fancy pot which tells me the temperatures or anything, or brews to a specific temperature, so I'm just using this carafe on gas stove with a meat thermometer basically. It says you're supposed to bring it to 175 to give you the best taste to it. So let's do that. One of the problems that I was having is after I would pour the water into the AeroPress, into the body of it and stir it, I would feel like the water was just draining straight out within about 30 seconds. So I read the instructions, and it said that if the water keeps draining out, that your grain is probably too large. And by that I mean the coarseness of your beans. So this is kind of what I was using right here for my French press, and I use this hand grinder right here, so I had to adjust it to espresso grind, and after doing that it is much finer of a grind, so we'll see how that works out. Okay, well, let's kind of get things ready here while our water is still coming up to temp. Right now we're at about 140 degrees, a couple more to go. So what you do is you put the paper filter in the bottom, you screw it on the top, you put that, just rest that on the top of your cup, and then you take the measuring tool, get a scoop of that coffee, put it in there, give it a little shake to make sure that it's all leveled out in the bottom. Okay, let's check our temperature again. We're at about 160. Okay, our water's now at 175 degrees, so we're going to turn that off. That handle does get hot, so we're going to pour that into where it says 1. I guess we're a little above there. We're going to give it a stir, and we wait a minute. About before, the water does still drain out even with this finer grind. It was originally up here, and now it's down to here. What I've found to help is if you just put the plunger in at the top and let it sit like that while it brews for the minute, it acts a bit like a hydro lock. So you can put that there. But since it's been a minute, we can go ahead and press this down. The press should take about 30 seconds, and it should be somewhat hard to push depending on how fine the grind of your coffee is. As you can see, the coffee's actually almost out right now, but we'll just keep doing this. Okay, so we're fully plunged down there. Now we can remove that. Go ahead and put that in the sink. And it made just a little bit of coffee in the bottom of your cup. So what the instructions say is this is pretty strong right now. So if you want to make like an espresso, that's what you've just done with that 1.5 ounces that I made there. If you want to make an American coffee, you can take the rest of your hot water and fill up your cup with it. So we're going to do that. Okay, and then we're ready to go. All right, post coffee making taste test. The coffee's not that great. I would say that the French press makes a better cup in the way that I just made it, as compared to that. So one of the things that I have been testing with it is how to make the coffee taste better. So what I do is, rather than only making that, filling the water up to 1 in the body of the AeroPress maker, I fill it all the way up to 4, and I put the plunger on top to hold that water in there after giving it a stir, and I let that sit for about 1 minute to 1.5 minutes, and then I plunge that. So I'm not mixing in water with the coffee that the AeroPress made. So that has made a very good cup of coffee. That's not according to instructions. It's just took a little bit of messing around with, and that's my taste buds, so that's how I like it. But I would say that it does make a good cup of coffee then, as compared to the French press. You don't have the grounds in the bottom of the mug anymore, and I think I'll continue to use it. So thanks for watching, and if you have a good method of making your cup in the AeroPress, let me know.